pounds. We have a 2016 Genuine Scooter Company 50cc RoughHouse Sport!
And
in the blue corner, weighing in at 206 pounds, we have a 2008 Yamaha Zuma! For 6 rounds of scooter-on-scooter action. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
what's up, everyone? It's Aaron with Siegfried's Motorworks. Here today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a scooter-on-scooter battle. We're going to be taking this RoughHouse and this Zuma, and we're going to be giving you an unbiased opinion on which one of these two scooters is better. Now, to do this, we're going to be doing 6 different rounds of comparisons. Round 1 is going to be specs. Round 2 is features. Round 3 is comfort. Round 4 is aftermarket support. Round 5 is cost. Now, when we're doing the cost, we're going to be doing the used market in our area, which is central Pennsylvania, and also the cost of these two scooters new. And then round 6, we're going to be doing performance. And for round 6, we're going to line this scooter up and this scooter up. And my other chubby friend, Kyle, we're going to race him. So if you want to see any of these specific rounds, I will have links here. Or not links, but I will have time codes here that you'll be able to click to whatever time you want to see if you want to see that specific round. So we're going to get right into it.
Round 1, fight!
So for round 1 here, we're going to be comparing them each back and forth individually. The first category that we're going to be working with is the fuel capacity. When we're talking about fuel capacity, the RoughHouse has a 1.35 gallon fuel tank, while the Zuma does come in with a bigger fuel tank with 1.5 gallons. What that means for you is it might be a little more expensive to fill up, but the Zuma is going to take you further. When we're talking about seat height, the Genuine RoughHouse does come in with a seat height of 32 inches. Now, this model specifically is a RoughHouse Sport, so the RoughHouse Sport is going to come in at a 30-inch seat height, while the Zuma has a 30.1-inch seat height, meaning we're going to give seat height to the RoughHouse. It's going to be better for all types of riders just because it's going to be a little bit easier to mount. When we're talking about horsepower, the Zuma does have 1.71 horsepower and 5.1 foot-pound of torque. The RoughHouse makes 4.8 horsepower, and what did you say the torque was?
3.8. 3.8.
And 3.8 foot-pound of torque. Now, we're not really sure what the difference there is and why the RoughHouse is making more horsepower. The only thing that we've seen is the RoughHouse does have a little bit better compression ratio, so might have a hotter piston in some to that extent. But when we're talking about horsepower, the RoughHouse does take the Zuma there. When we're talking about the weight, Andrew was nice enough to intro that here when we started this off. But to reiterate, the RoughHouse does have a 210 wet weight, while the Zuma has a 206 pound wet weight, making the Zuma a little bit lighter. Now, 4 pounds isn't going to be anything you're going to notice, but when we're looking at things on paper, the Zuma does have a better weight. Yeah. So after the end of round 1, we are going to be giving this a split decision. Both the Genuine and the Zuma are getting a point. We will be keeping a running tally down here.
Round 1, split decision.
So we're talking about these two scooters. Both of them have a lot of great features. Now, they do both have a Minarelli motor in them. So for the most part, you're going to get a lot of the same stuff there. But when we're talking about the starting, one big benefit we like with both the RoughHouse and the Zuma is both of these scooters do come with electric and kickstart. That's a huge feature. The one thing I will say about the two of them then, though, is the Genuine's kickstart is a lot flimsier. It doesn't feel as confident. If you were to kick this thing 3, 4, 5 times, you can almost feel as if you're going to break it, where the Zuma does have a lot more confident of a kickstart on it. A little side note on that also is, I've never had a Genuine come in for a broken kickstart gear. I have had the Zumas come in for broken kickstart gears. They're not expensive to do, but it is something that we have seen. When we're talking about positioning, both of these scooters are 2-up riding position scooters, so you can take your buddy, your girlfriend, your wife, zir, here, zer, whatever your preferred pronoun is. They can go on the front or the back of this one. Now, where the Zuma lacks in the features and where the RoughHouse ends up taking up the slack is the RoughHouse does come out of the box with a USB charger that's going to be mounted in your leg shield's storage compartment. That's a huge feature. Helps keep your cell phones charged. If you wanted to, you could run a GPS on this thing, anything to that extent. There is aftermarket support available for the Zuma with that, but the RoughHouse is obviously going to take it. Now, both of these scooters do feature large under-seat storage areas. The RoughHouse is accessed by a key, where the Zuma does have a pop lock on the ignition. When you're talking about the underseat storage, the reason why underseat storage is so important on a scooter is honestly one of the things that makes scooters so convenient. As opposed to having to ride with a backpack or anything like that, you can throw your wallets, you can throw your groceries, your goods, anything like that underneath the seats. Now, what a lot of people end up using their underseat storage for as well is when you do park, whether you're going to the mall, the movies, the gas stations, wherever, you can store your helmets underneath it. Now, this is where I think the Zuma is going to take this category. Kyle, bring me a half shell. Pretty sure half shell is going to fit easily in both of them. So this is just your standard DOT approved, not a novelty style half shell helmet. Try it in the Zuma. Good to go. And we'll try it in the RoughHouse. Good to go. So both of these scooters can easily fit a half shell helmet. That's no big deal. You want to switch me out here? So now we're going to be trying a more modern style 3/4 shell helmet. This is one of the most popular helmets that we sell when we do sell scooters. So one of these being able to fit is a pretty key thing. In the Zuma, a little close, but it closes. And then in the RoughHouse. So the RoughHouse is already out, it's not fitting a 3/4 shell. So the Zuma's one up on it at this point. And now with your conventional style full face helmet. In the Zuma, don't even think it's gonna fit in the Zuma.
Put it upside down.
Huh?
Put it upside down.
Upside down?
Yeah, face it the other way down.
Well, I don't know if it's going to do that. In the Zuma it does close. I don't know that I would have put a really expensive helmet in there myself personally. And in the RoughHouse, we're not even getting it again. So the RoughHouse is out again. So as far as features go, the Zuma has a little bit better helmet storage, a little bigger underseat storage compartment as well. But when we're dealing with storing your helmet, if that's something you're interested in, the Zuma is going to be a better scooter to buy. Now another couple little features here with both of these scooters while we are doing this. These are both oil injection scooters. So what that means is while these are both two-stroke engines, you don't have to be pre-mixing like you do with your weed eaters or your chainsaws. They do both have real simple remote reservoirs for your oil. The RoughHouse I do like better. It's stored underneath your leg shield here, so that way when you are spilling, it's not making a big mess, just going on your floorboard. Where the Zuma's oil injection is actually in your underseat storage. The only issue I've ever had with the Zuma oil injection tank is the fact that if you overfill, you can sometimes get the oil in your storage compartment. Makes it a little bit of a mess to store your belongings in the future. So if we're talking about the convenience of filling either of these up, I do give that to the RoughHouse, where the Zuma, it's not that it's inconvenient, it's just the Genuine's a lot better positioning for that. Another thing we're going to be covering here in the features section of this is just the lighting. Now this is a RoughHouse Sport, so keep that in mind. If you're talking about just a regular RoughHouse, you are not going to have the LED lighting, but specifically for the RoughHouse Sport, when you're talking about your turn signals, these are a lot nicer, they're a lot brighter, they're more modern, where the Zuma uses a conventional style bulb in the turn signals. Now when we're dealing with the headlights, this is where the Zuma blows the RoughHouse out of the water. The Zuma does have two individual headlights, and it's just a conventional style housing, where the RoughHouse actually uses one single light that has two different filaments in it, projects the light up into this housing and pushes it out. At nighttime, these RoughHouses are an absolute nightmare to ride. Where the Zuma, at nighttime, right out of the box, they're very nice to ride. No issues there. Now, one thing you will see with the Zuma is, and a lot of people ask, it looks like you have the headlight out. You have an individual high beam and a low beam here, where no matter what, when you're riding the RoughHouse, both of these two sections will be lit up. When you're dealing with the rear lighting, both of these just have conventional style rear lighting, so no real winner there, no real benefit. They're both real visible. It's a really good scooter either way from the back. So to recap round two, while the Genuine does have a little bit nicer area for filling your oil injection and also has that USB charger, we're giving this round to the Zuma because of the more sturdy kickstart and also the larger underseat storage, as well as the addition of this front lighting. We think that's a much more critical component to whatever the RoughHouse offers its features go. So the winner for round two is the Zuma.
Round 2 goes to the Zuma. Round 3, comfort.
All right, so obviously whenever you're buying any vehicle, be it a scooter, be it a motorcycle, be it your car, be it a minivan, a lawnmower, or anything like that, comfort is going to be one of the biggest things you're going to be worried about. So we're just going to give you some specs initially on the seat. The Genuine does have an overall seat length of 24 inches, while the Zuma does have a longer seat coming in at 26.5 inches. And the person that's going to benefit from that longer length is the rider. When you're talking about width, we measured the back pad here for the width. The Zuma has a 9-inch width for the passenger pad, while the Genuine does have a 9.5-inch width passenger pad. Now when we're talking about just the area specifically designated for the passenger, the Genuine does have a 7 3/4 inch pad for the passenger, while the Zuma only has a 7 1/4 inch pad for the passenger. Now when I'm talking to you guys about the seats in general, one of the biggest complaints, and if you want to know how to fix it if you do own a Zuma, there's a link right here to a video that we just dropped that shows the fix for this. But the one thing with the Zumas is with the positioning of the seat, it constantly slides you down and forward. Myself personally, it gives me a wedgie the whole time I'm riding it. It's one of the biggest complaints that we get on the Zuma riders. When you're talking about the comfort and you're talking about the seats, myself personally, I like the riding position if you're riding 1-up of the Genuine. However, if you are doing any kind of 2-up riding at all, we're giving the seat to the Zuma. So for 1-up riders, the Genuine. For 2-up riders, we're giving it to the Zuma. Now, one of the areas where Genuine really improved their scooter in comparison to the Yamaha is in the floorboard. If you look at this Genuine, you see it has these different shaped pads for your feet. This is the passenger pad and this is the rider's pad. What that does is that allows you a lot more feeding position in compared to the Zuma. The biggest complaint we get on these Zumas, and again, in the video up here, you can see the fix, is the leg positioning. It doesn't have a lot, especially for taller riders. My biggest issue with the Zuma is I constantly have my knees pegged against the dash without doing the mod listed up here. Where with the Genuine, I just wanted to watch that video, it's pretty good, I did it at my house. Where with the Genuine, right out of the box without any kind of modification, the benefit of this is you do have this area here where you can put your heel and get your feet out. And again, I mean, you have the whole floorboard, but you have a little bit more space here. Especially for taller riders, the Genuine's a lot more comfortable. For shorter riders, either scooter, it's not going to really matter, but again, you do have to remember the seat is going to push you down. So as far as the comfort goes, 2-up riding, we gave it to the Zuma. 1-up riding, we gave it to the Genuine. The floorboard definitely goes to the Genuine. So our winner for round 3 is going to be the Genuine.
Round 3 goes to the Genuine. Round 4, aftermarket support.
So one of the best things about owning a 2-stroke 50cc scooter is modifying it. That's one of our favorite things to do here. It's crazy what a couple $100 can do to any 2-stroke scooter, but specifically when you're dealing with a Camera-Eryan engine that both the Genuine and the Zuma have, the options are absolutely endless as far as the motor goes. So for aftermarket support, I'll talk to you guys about the Genuine first. Motor-wise, you have the same, virtually the same options available on both the Genuine and the Zuma. A lot of 70cc big bore kits from a lot of reputable companies. So if you're looking at just big bore kits, there's a lot available for the Genuine. Now when you're dealing in the CVT components, that's where the Genuine really lacks. There's not a whole lot available outside of roller weights and a Super Trans kit from like NCY or a company like that. But when you're dealing with like body panels and additional stuff there, Genuine works very closely with Prima to make a lot of accessories for these, but they're OEM accessories only, and outside of the couple they have available, there's not a whole lot of options. Now when you're dealing with the Zuma, one of the things that's made the Yamaha Zuma, specifically the Bug Eye, one of the most legendary scooters on the market. This is the reason why this scooter has revolutionized the 49cc market. The Zuma started the ruckus, the Zuma started the RoughHouse, the Zuma spawned, realistically, the popularity of the 49cc class. And partially that is due to the fact that there is so much aftermarket support for these scooters. Big bore kits, gears, overdrive kits, liquid cooled kits. They even go so far as there's aftermarket wheels available, there's headlight harnesses available, there's windshields, there's racks, there's also top case mounts, and it's not just from one company. There's tons of companies that make parts for Zumas. Also, too, there's even small companies that specifically, all they do is make parts for bug-eye Zumas. So as far as aftermarket support goes, yeah, while yes, there are parts available for the Genuine, you can still turn these things up and make them very fast scooters. If you're doing anything other than speed and you're looking for comfort, there's not a whole lot available for the Genuines. Where the Zuma blows the performance parts availability away to the Genuine, it also has a whole pile of aftermarket parts when you're dealing with the cosmetics or you're dealing with the comfort side for the Zuma. So for aftermarket support, hands down, we're giving it to the GOAT, we're giving it to the Zuma.
Round 4 goes to Zuma. Round 5, cost.
So when you're dealing with purchasing anything, be it a scooter, a motorcycle, a car, a truck, a TV, cost is probably going to be one of the biggest factors in what you purchase. So we're going to be doing two different sides of the cost factor here. We're going to be doing the brand new cost of these scooters back in 2016 and 2008, and we're also going to be doing the used market. Now we're basing our used market pricing off of what our market here in central Pennsylvania kind of dictates. Now back in 2016, if you were to purchase a Genuine Scooter Company RoughHouse 50cc Sport, this would have had an MSRP of $2,300. That's $2,300. Now, they do have just the regular base model RoughHouses available, but you don't get all the aftermarket supports that the Sport does have, like the hugger fender, the LED lighting, the remote reservoir rear shock, the 12-inch wheels, any of that stuff there. The base model RoughHouse is MSRP at $1,999. And again, the Sports would have been MSRP'd at $2,300. So when we're dealing with the Zuma, back in 2008, you could have walked into a Yamaha dealership, and this 2008 Zuma had an MSRP of $2,099. Now, there would be freight and prep and a bunch of other fees with that. Same deal with these as well. But in 2008, again, $2,099 would have bought you a brand new Yamaha Zuma. Now, in the modern day market, if you're going to compare the Zuma to the RoughHouse, they did just stop releasing the Zumas. These would have had an MSRP of $2,599. So if I had to guess, back in 2008, the Genuine still would have been a little bit cheaper because these to this day are still $1,999. So we're dealing with the warranties. Back in 2008, this Yamaha Zuma would have came with a 1-year warranty from Yamaha and no roadside assistance or any other features to that warranty. While in 2016, this Genuine Scooter Company RoughHouse 50cc Sport would have come with a 2-year warranty, unlimited miles, and also 2 years of roadside assistance. Run out of gas, need a jump start, anything to that effect, 2 years, Genuine gave you free roadside assistance. Now, Genuine still does offer that same warranty today, while back in 2018, when Yamaha was still making the Zumas, these would have came with still just the 1-year warranty. So Genuine's warranty definitely blows out of the water. Genuine's purchase price is a lot cheaper, and essentially you're still getting the same quality scooter, the same price point scooter. So when you're dealing with the used market, one of the biggest factors that's going to play into that is obviously the condition of the unit, the mileage, and also the person, especially if you're buying private sale, their sentimental value for what they think a scooter's worth. These Zumas come in anywhere from the $1,200 all the way up into the $2,000 range. This one specifically here could be bought from a dealership, specifically Siegfried's Motorworks, smwx717.com, for the price of $1,800. Now, where we're coming with that $1,800 is because this 2008 Yamaha Zuma is absolutely a mint condition, and it only has 450 miles. This is a unicorn. This is probably the lowest mileage bug-eye Zuma for sale in the country. Now when you're dealing with the RoughHouses on the used side of things, the used market for these things is absolutely obnoxious. As we said in the last round, you can purchase one of these scooters for $1,999 MSRP. On the used market, there's 2010, 2011, 2012 scooters where people are still asking $1,800 and $2,000 for them. It all just depends on how attached to the scooter the person is, and also too if they have a loan, anything like that, because these are a lot newer. Now this Genuine Scooter Company RoughHouse 50cc Sport can be bought from a dealership, specifically Siegfried Motorworks, smwx717.com, for the price of $1,650. Now, this one does have 4,000 miles on it, which is no big deal. These motors are just getting broken in. My own personal Zuma, which has the same motor as these two, does have 21,000 miles on the odometer. So mileage isn't a real big factor here, but this one is in a little bit rougher shape, which dictates a lower price, because you're probably wondering, 2008 for $1,800 or 2016 for $1,650. It's in no way a reflection of the quality of the Genuine. But at any rate, when we're dealing with these two scooters, out of the box, new, the Genuine would have won with an MSRP of $19.99, $100 cheaper than the Zuma. Warranty-wise, the Genuine would win because out of the box, 2-year warranty, 2 years unlimited roadside assistance. The Yamaha Zuma would have only had a 1-year warranty. Now on the used side of things, the Genuine definitely doesn't take this category because these are almost going for what the retail value is new on them. The Yamaha Zuma would win. They're a little more economical to purchase. But there again, bear in mind, these are older scooters, so take that with a grain of salt. So the winner of round 5, our cost round, would be the Genuine. These are cheaper to purchase. They have a better warranty. And at the end of the day, they seem to be holding their value just as well as the Zumas did. So round 5, we're giving it to the Genuine.
Round 5, RoughHouse. Round 6, performance and race wars.
Welcome to round 6. This is probably the most exciting round of this Genuine versus Zuma scooter battle. So again, we're going to be lining these things up. That's what we're going to show you guys next, just so you can see in a quick acceleration, red light to red light style racing, which one of these scooters is going to be the quickest. Now after that, I did just film a test ride video on both of these scooters. Again, I'll have links probably up here if you want to see the full ride video on either of them. But you're going to see the top speed, which will be within the claim which one of these is the fastest scooter. We're going to go there now. So after this, we're going to come back and we're going to declare a winner for round 6. Alright, so you just saw the race, and we are declaring the quickest scooter of this category, the Yamaha Zuma.
Race winner, Zuma.
So now we're going to take you here quick. We're just going to show you 2 top speed runs on the Genuine and the Zuma, and as long as I'm able to edit it together right, we're going to run them on at the same time, and we'll bring you right back. So you just watched a top speed run for the Genuine and the Zuma, and as you saw, the Genuine blew the Zuma out of the water, coming in at 50 miles per hour, with the Zuma coming in at just above 40 miles per hour. Declaring the fastest scooter of this category, the Genuine Scooter Company RoughHouse 50cc Sport Edition.
Top speed winner, RoughHouse.
So after 6 rounds, we now have come to a winner. You've seen the tallies. You already know which one won by a small margin. This 2016 Genuine Scooter Company RoughHouse 50cc Sport is our winner of the Scooter on Scooter battle. This was the first battle. We're going to be doing more battles in the future. But if you made it this far, I deserve it. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of our winner. Let me know what you think of our loser. Let me know what you think of our announcer. Let me know what you think of this video in general. If you can, hit the subscribe button. Stay up to date with everything going on at Siegfried's Motorworks. All the power sport videos you could ever want. And as always, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.
And your winner by unanimous decision, RoughHouse